I love the Lakers, y'all. Not just because, like,
We know.
but not just because they're like you guys have to. Okay, family. I'm gonna give y'all the whole background. I don't know if you know the whole
We
Let's
story.
get the
know.
breakdown.
Here's the break. Okay, so my grandmother grew up in the segregated South. This is I was gonna bring in my grandma. She grew up in the segregated South.
Mama.
She played basketball right at an all black school in Magnolia, Arkansas. And so when her mother moved to California, she left secretary school and came here and became a Laker fan right away. Now, my grandmother can't drive. This is a funny story. Still alive, amazing lady. But she would want to go to these Laker games, but no one wanted to go with her or drive her. So she would catch the bus to the Forum. And
When was
who would
this
go with her?
time frame?
Like 80s.
Okay.
And who would go with her? I don't know what was going on, but it was me. And I'd be right there with her, just sitting there in the nosebleeds. And she's like,
Showtime.
so
You got
yeah.
to see Showtime.
But I didn't really
didn't
know
know,
what
right,
was
right,
happening. But she's
right.
like explaining the game to me and how much she loves the Lakers and this, that, and the third, and AC Green and da 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 da. She loved him. He was so cute because he had Jerry curl. Like it was all these, it was all these stories. She loved Magic. Like it was all these stories of Worthy. Like I could go down the list. And
Right.
Cooper and his socks, and she would just be talking about it. That's all she ever talked about when we was a kid. Oh, when she watched us, that's because she would always watch us because my mama was working. So she would watch us. All she ever talked about. And at one point, she would take. We used to have these family photos that were framed up all around the house. Of
course.
And whenever she got to meet one of them and they signed it,
They
she
went right in there. Yeah.
Because
don't care what grandbaby coming out. That's Magic Johnson. Right.
that is a fact.
Right.
And so our pictures would come out one by one, and it'd be all the Lakers. You'd be like, damn.
You related to the whole Lakers team?
I was like, we're no love, right? It was literally black and white photos of Magic, of AC Green, Coop, whoever she met, like whoever she caught the bus to meet. Like literally, she would get on the bus to meet anybody wherever they were signing. Because back then it was easy. You could just they sign in here, show up at the warehouse or whatever. So obviously, I became a Laker fan, and it was right, when they were battling the Celtics, and we would just sit and watch, and she was so into it, so I had to be into it. So, because that was it. Like I was literally at her knee all the time. That's all I ever knew, and so it went all the way back to there. And then of course my fandom is just even more crazy. So Kobe-Shaq amplified, and then when Kobe and Shaq were battling, it was like the city was divided. You remember it was like who you with? You with Shaq? You with Kobe? It was
Right.
before
It was like East West Coast beef.
It was
Yeah.
crazy because you was just like who
was you with?
Well, at the beginning, I was with Shaq, of course. Everybody was with Shaq.
Initially.
Initially, everybody was with Shaq
Because start bringing them chips back.
Yeah, hello, and then we're like, well, hold on,
Wait a second.
let's not rush to judgment.
Right,
I
right.
can understand you wanting a trade. Remember he was all mad, right? And then this is my the whole thing is like Laker fans are ridiculous because we're spoiled.
Crazy.
Like we're spoiled, and we always been in conversation. And so when we don't, like I even have to admit this, I used to talk so bad about LeBron, like so bad. Like I'd be like, he ain't got it. I know I'm mad. I told myself, LeBron and I have had this conversation. I was like, I ain't shit. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was like, I did not like you. I was like, but welcome.
Welcome.
Let me know if you need anything, right.
Welcome to the family. We have you.
right.
But he was
Come
just
on
like,
in.
he was like, all Laker fans hated me because of Kobe. And you know why? Because as LeBron started to ascend, we felt like people didn't give Kobe his just due.
Right.
We felt like we went from Michael Jordan to LeBron. You're like, wait a minute, it's
What
Michael
happened to
Jordan, Kobe.
They still
then-
skip over Kobe.
They still do, right? And so we took it so personal.
offense, yeah.
Like
I
it was
still do.
Yeah, so personal. Like you be ready to fight. And I thought to myself, I said, okay, I understand why now. And I think, look, if somebody put some truth serum in Kobe, he say the same thing. Like, why
Right.
don't skip over me, like at all. But the reality is that when you're just such a fan, that's how it was. And so, and at the end, you just want to win. Like I just it kills me because fans are so fanatical.
They're crazy. They went
They're
nuts
back
on
and
me. That one time I faked the ball in Kobe's
Oh, you
face.
oh.
People wanted real, like I was getting death threats.
Of course.
Like, you know what I mean? And the
I didn't like you.
The Latino population was on my head. Like, Dodgers and Lakers, they'll kill for Kobe and they'll kill for the fucking Dodgers. So it was really like that summer, like shit was crazy, but it ended fast because that's the summer Kobe had called me, like, yo, come, anyone cares, to fuck with me, come play with me. So then I came to the Lakers, and then all the Mexican people looked because they thought I was Mexican. So they thought, man, we got a Mexican homie on the Lakers now, and I would do my signings, and they would, and I finally had to, I was like, I'm black and Italian,
And they
you know
were
what I
like,
mean?
what?
But they still, but it was crazy because the
you got to tell that
Mexicans were-
story when you said you like, oh, we have to take out. one of our own.
Yeah, they for real. They thought they were gonna have to take out, they have to take out one of the, someone of their own blood. You know what I mean? Like they were wanted off with my head. You know what I mean? And then I ended up becoming a Laker right after that. But you make your little Pedro jokes, but they really thought I was Mexican.
Yeah.
So they were at my neck like, we'll kill you when we see you in the summer. And I was reading these tweets in like a Mexican essay voice, like, we'll kill you home when we see you type shit. I'm like, ah, shit. But then right after that,
we was thinking
that.
that.
And then I talked to everybody. I said, no, we didn't fuck with you at all.
At all.
It was crazy.
It was rude.
How do you separate your fandom and your professional career?
I absolutely do not. You ever catch me on TV? I absolutely do not. And the reason why I don't, I will tell you this. I think that everybody who works in this arena in any capacity, especially if they haven't played, but if you work, you have your teams.
Right.
Like you love your teams. Like Stephen A. loves the Knicks. He'll talk about how or his Steelers, or my co-host David Lloyd loves the Cowboys. Like everyone talks about their team that they love, and it's okay. You a Cowboys fan? Yeah, they're stressful. Oh no, I don't separate it. I don't separate it one little bit.
I love it. Well, I like, because like I said, you've always spoken freely, and Dwight's first go around with the Lakers, you let him know how you feel.
1,000%.
And then he let you know how he feels.
Yeah, it was
and
uncomfortable.
You guys tell that though, because people might not know, and then you guys sat down and squashed the beef somewhat.
Is it squashed?
I don't think it's. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at him, but what Dwight did, I'm always ahead of the curve, because I was like, we don't want him. I don't like all these D12 bill. Remember them billboards they had?
Why argue with a woman when there's so many men out there killing you? Why you choose a woman to go with? That's kind of weak. That's kind of weak.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. If some women said some slick shit to me,
you would have came at my head.
Heard what she said,
you would have came
back at her.
What did I say? Tell me what I said.
I don't remember what you said, but it was crazy at the time. I was like, yo.
No, he came on. He came on. He came on Sports Nation when I was hosting it, and he said something to me first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said
so
something.
Get the story right, Matt.
Yeah, he said something to me first.
I'm
he goes,
taking up from what I'm saying. A woman with slick mouth sometimes gets talked back to. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, God. See, do you see the world I live in working with men? Do y'all see? Which I'm not afraid. I'm fearless, so I don't care. So he said something like, he was like, but not like some people who don't like me no more. He said something like to that effect, like knowing that I didn't like him, remembering that I didn't like him. I said, are you referring to me? And I was like, yeah, no, I didn't. And I said, I'll tell you why. I was like, he said Laker fans treated him really bad when he was leaving, and he didn't like it. He was like some people. And he looked at me, and I was like, okay.
Why do he care?
Right. Because it just happens. But I get, he thought it was going to be funny because he's a silly guy. But I was ready for it. Because I take everything so personal about my Lakers. And I was like, I was with the shits. I was like, this is why we didn't like you. We felt like you let the team down. We felt like the last few games you were playing, half-heartedly, like you didn't want to be there. Then why even play at all? Why even come? Why go through the motions? I just felt like you quit on your team, and no athlete should ever quit on their team. Like, I just felt like you get paid to do a job. Do your damn job. I don't care if you don't like what's going on. Leave all your emotions out there. Like, no one has time for that. Show up and play. And he was like, no, well, let me tell you what really happened. I wasn't mad at anybody. Mitch Kupchak, and he was talking about the whole, like how he got ejected, and he just explained it. And I was with it because I had been waiting. I was like, okay, go ahead, sir. Because I understood that he felt some type of way. And then him and Kobe had beef, so I was just taking up for Kobe because Kobe needed me to take up for him because he couldn't take up for himself. Kobe had called me like, can you handle my lightweight? And I was like, you got it. Like, kidding. He didn't do that. But I'm not mad at Dwight. I think Dwight actually is really misunderstood now that I see a lot of him. Like, I think knowing him off camera, I think that maturity plays a huge, or lack thereof, plays a huge role in how he handles himself.
He's a big guy, so everybody expects him to be this big mean guy, but he's totally opposite. He loves life. He's a big happy guy.
Yeah.
Big happy dude.
Happy-go-lucky fun dude.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He should be a little meaner in my book, but
I agree with that. You too tall to
each his
nice.
own.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, but no, he's a fine.
This go around though, he's playing. I think he's an X factor.
Oh no, yeah, for sure.
Huge addition.
Yeah.
And I said it, but when they signed him, because we don't want Dwight. We remember the first time, and I'm thinking to myself like, this dude knows this is his last chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He
You
gonna
fuck
hustle.
up here, you're done.
I was trying to play with him my whole career.
With Dwight?
I was trying to get on this team.
I
really?
played with him in Orlando when he was the shit. People don't realize, like 09-ish.
Oh, he was Superman.
Led the league in All-Star votes over Kobe, over LeBron, over KD. He was 2-time defensive player. Dwight was incredible, and then
He Hall of Famer.
no question. He came to the Lakers and had that back injury, and I think he tried to rush back from that. And people don't take it like people. We talked about this on one of the very first episodes. People don't give if you're on that court, they don't give a fuck what's behind you and what like you got to play. And like coming back from a back injury, I saw he went from being Superman to barely being able to jump, and I'm just like, damn. And you just happen to do that on the Lakers stage.
He said that.
You can't do that on the Lakers stage.
He was like, I had a back injury. Nobody knew I was playing injured, and we don't like.
They don't care. Keep real fans don't give a fuck.
Been doing my whole life.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Welcome.
Everybody's injured.
Right.
Welcome.
Everybody's injured. So anyway, whatever. We got over it. But
Yeah,
I
cool.
did. I was slick. You ain't lying.
Yeah.
I'm hardcore. If you had came on the team or came on the show that I was hosting after you did that to Kobe, we would have fought. Like I probably would have greased up and put some Vaseline on my face. I would have been like, "Where you at? Where you at?"
Let's meet up.
Yeah, I would have been like, you would have been like, "Is she serious right now?"
Right.
I'd be like, "How dare you attack Kobe like that?" I would do
Yeah,
that
it's
for y'all
crazy.
though. Like if
Right.
y'all were like like if somebody was talking bad about y'all, even now. I would do that.
So
But
we
if
need,
y'all was
we
a
need
Laker,
to call the guy that said that about you and tell him we're having a Christmas party.
yeah,
Just have him show up to the lot across the street, tell him we're going to buy him a Christmas tree.
Beat the
Pull
brakes
up.
off him.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Buy you
love it.
Christmas
I love it.
tree.
I love it. I love it.